Time to crack open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you by Kaufman and Lind Injury Attorneys. Good morning, dog. Welcome back from the Big Apple, buddy.
Yeah, it was cold up there in the Big Apple. A little snow, a little slush. Had a big nor'easter blowing through there.
Yeah.
So, glad to be back to Florida. So, a lot to talk about today. You want to start with the NFL?
So, Bulldog, we were talking about this a little while ago. The Dolphins last night obviously fall apart in the second half and lose to the Bills 21-14. But in the end, if they would have won, they would have had to play the Bills again. They've lost. Now they go play the Chiefs and KC. It's like pick your poison here.
Yeah, although the Dolphins, they're going to be playing KC in like single-digit weather. The Dolphins have never won a playoff game in their history that when the weather was colder than 47 degrees. It's supposed to be like single digits.
Is it really?
In Kansas
Yeah.
City Saturday night.
They were talking about it yesterday evening. A listener texted in earlier with something that, Pat, you and I overlooked, and Bulldog, you probably overlooked it too. But you're probably going to want to steal this. Somebody said at 22526, think the NFL did that on purpose to make all them Swifties subscribe to Peacock. Smart move, Roger Goodell. Putting that game on Peacock, and that's the only way that we can watch it.
Well, you got Tyreek's storyline going back to KC. Better hope he brings it if the Dolphins want to have a hope or a prayer.
I don't think I'm going to watch it just to show a revolt.
I'm going to be at the Tesla show, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so.
It is disappointing the way the Dolphins sort of faded at the end of the season. At least they didn't fade as bad as the Jaguars.
Oh God.
Man, the Jaguars had every opportunity yesterday. All they had to do was beat the woeful Tennessee Titans, and they lose the game 28-20. They're knocked out of the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence throws a couple of picks, doesn't make it on a 4th and 1 near the goal line when he tried to stretch the ball over on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, let's have our injured quarterback try a sneak on the goal line.
Actually, he switched to that play. That wasn't the original play call. He switched to it, and, he owned up to it after the game. Said, I switched to that play. Thought I could score. They were still 8 points behind at the time, so they would have had to make the 2-point conversion. But the Jaguars, again, just faded at the end. I mean, they were 8-3 at one point, and we just figured they were going to easily win that division, and the Houston Texans end up winning the division. Good for them, by the way.
Who would have ever
quarterbacks? What?
Who would have ever thought that we'd come out of that weekend with the 3 local teams playing, saying that the Bucks would be the one to win?
Right, when at the beginning of the season, all of us were on the same page. They aren't going to do squat this year, and we weren't the only ones saying that.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Bucks were picked. Let me get my words out. Picked to finish last in their division this year. They end up winning their 3rd consecutive NFC South with an ugly victory, by the way, over the Carolina Panthers, who are just awful. 9-0 was the final score. The Bucks didn't score a touchdown. 3 Chase McLaughlin field goals won the game for the Buccaneers.
Bulldog, you got the hiccups this morning, or are you drunk?
I do have the hiccups this morning. I've had them since last night. I don't know why. I haven't had the hiccups in years, but Buccaneers, unbelievable that they won that division. And let me tell you something. Buccaneers now host a home game in the playoffs next week. Originally, you thought, they're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. They'll get slaughtered in that game. But the Eagles are in a free fall right now. They've lost 5 of their last 6. They're injured. They're beat up. They're playing awful. They lost to the who'd they lose to yesterday? The Eagles. They lost
Giants.
to the pathetic Giants yesterday, 27-10. They got blown out by the Giants, and I think the Buccaneers can actually beat the Eagles. So
that one's going to be on Monday night.
Yeah, that's going to be a Monday night game next week.
How about the Ravens losing too? I mean, these teams going down.
The Ravens had everybody resting.
I realize that, but still, I didn't think. Good luck.
But no one's stopping the Ravens. No one's going to stop.
Packers. The Ravens are unbelievable. The Packers clinched the playoffs with a victory over the Bears. The Cowboys clinched the NFC East with a victory over the Commanders. We mentioned the Eagles. The Jets beat the Patriots in what may have been Bill Belichick's last game, 17-3. That was pretty much the highlights of the NFL.
Hey, hold on one sec. What'd you make of the Saints victory formation for a touchdown play?
Right. They just... Yeah, that got the Falcons coach fired, by the way. The Falcons fired their coach, Arthur Smith, after they get blown out by the Saints yesterday. Falcons had a chance to win that division if the Bucs had lost, but they just get blown out. They had a free fall at the end of the season as well. College football national championship game tonight. Michigan versus Washington. The cheating Wolverines are favored in the game. Who you guys got?
I'm going with Washington. I think Michael Penix Jr. should have won the Heisman, and I think he's going to have a huge game tonight, and I think the Huskies get it done.
See, I think Michigan's the better team, but I could never pick the cheating Wolverines. I'm going to do something I rarely do. I'm going to pick with my heart instead of my head, and I'm going to go with you, Lynch, and pick the Washington Huskies to win the game just because that's what I want.
I'm a realist, and as much as I don't want Michigan to win either, sorry, Michigan fans, I got to go with Michigan winning.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they are favored.
I think that we cured your hiccups. I think the hiccups are finally gone since last night.
Maybe.
I think so.
I haven't hiccuped in a while. By the way, the Magic beat the Denver Nuggets, the defending champions, on Friday. Then they beat the Hawks in overtime yesterday. Paolo Banchero, 35 points. Caleb Houston, 25 points in his first start of the season. Magic beat the Hawks 117-110. By the way, since the Franz has been injured, Paolo's averaging 32.3 points in his last.
Are you feeling better now about the Magic, dog? You were concerned. You were a little bit.
I was concerned, but then they swept the Nuggets, the defending champions, during the season series, and now they've beaten the Hawks. And Markelle Fultz also made his return last night. Didn't start, but made his return to the rotation. So after 27 games, Markelle Fultz is back. So they're getting a little healthier as well. They just need to get the Franz back into the lineup. Hey. And I believe that's all we have in sports today.
All right, we will have Mark Daniels, your buddy over there at AM 740 and FM 96.9 to game in the final hour, get his thoughts on the national championship game tonight. The sports page here with the Bulldog, brought to you by Kaufman and Lynn Injury Attorneys.
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Kaufman every Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. on FM 96.9 The Game. Extended versions of Under Oath by searching Under Oath with Jeff Kaufman on your favorite streaming platform. Oh!